All right, we are currently on YouTube. We are currently live on YouTube. I'm going to be sharing the link, the YouTube link, so we can, of course, join. All right, we're starting now. Okay, let me share the YouTube link. So for those persons who want to join on YouTube, of course, you can go to our YouTube channel. Now, let me share the for those persons. All right, it's getting. I hope everyone is getting fired up for tonight. We're going to be sharing a lot of powerful things that you need to know in this 2021. And it's very important you are a part of this. So I've shared the YouTube link on the page, or I've shared the YouTube link on the WhatsApp group. So you can, of course, go ahead and join, or you can go ahead if you want to watch via YouTube, you can use the YouTube channel to follow up on the meeting. Okay, but have your Zoom ready. Of course, we can get started. So keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing the link, keep sharing the link. We need more persons to be on this Zoom meeting. Of course, someone will be definitely or will definitely be very grateful to you for sharing this opportunity with them. So keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. I want us to get more than 50 to 100 persons joining this live session. Keep sharing, keep sharing. It's going to be a very wonderful session for us tonight. So keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. We are starting in the next 3 minutes. We're going to start this training. So keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. I hope you guys are ready. Come on, if you are ready, type I'm ready on the message. Type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. All right. We are ready for tonight. Okay. All right, we're going to be starting in the next 1 minute. So let's get ready for tonight. I hope we all are excited. Hope we all are excited. Hope we all are excited. All right, guys. Okay, so all right, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, so if you can, I'm going to be sharing my screen. Once again, my name is Caleb. My name is Caleb Akpasubi, and by the grace of God, I'm an entrepreneur, and I've companies, built several companies in different sectors. All right, so and of course, sometime last year, I went into real estate. And before then, I've made some wrong decisions. I think that was in 2020. I was given an opportunity to I was given an opportunity to acquire some plots of land in Lagos. That was about 10 plots of land or so in Lagos. That was in 2020, and of course, I missed that opportunity. That was in Bejuleki, close to Lekki Free Trade Zone, and each of the property was actually going for 850,000 naira. I've shared this experience several times over and over again, and the reason I'm sharing it is because I don't want more persons to make the same mistake. That's why I'm doing whatever I'm doing to ensure you get to understand this on time and take advantage. All right. Sorry, just a moment. So you take advantage of the opportunity. Now, and guess what? That was in 2020, like I was saying. And of course, I actually did not go for that particular opportunity because I really did not know much about real estate, about land banking, and I lost that. And exactly 12 months after that time, that's last year here, that same location where I was given it about 10 plots of land to buy for 850,000 naira, that same location currently is selling for 3 million naira in Lagos. As a matter of fact, you can't even, for you to get a plot of land there, it's really, 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 really very scarce. Okay, but if at all you're going to get land around that region, that same region that I was given a plot of land for 8.5 million, 850,000 naira, now you could can get at least 3 million naira. Now let's do our mathematics. For instance, I was able to buy 10 plots of land. That was about 8.5 million. And guess what? That same 2020, I bought a car of about 13 million naira. Okay, so there is a lot of decisions we make because of lack of financial education at some point of our life. We tend to make some very expensive mistakes. But the truth is, you just get to learn. So, driving the car, of course, I've been driving a car and I've been spending a lot of money maintaining that car. But if I had bought that property for 8.5 million naira, and today each of the plots is worth about 3 million naira, that means I should have about 30 million naira. Now, 30 million naira, let's take out 8.5 million. So I should have turned over more than 20 million naira in profit just 12 months. Okay. Now, looking at all these statistics, and I said, wow, what am I going to do in 2021? So I started making more research, went for training, and I went for a training by Dr. Stephen Akintayo went for a training by Dr. Stephen Akintayo in Lagos, Ikoyi, Banana Island, precisely. That's where he has his office and his training center. All right, so we did a training. Of course, it's not free, so we'll be learning a lot of things, and by the grace of God, we now understand better how to play in the real estate market. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The first assignment or the first instruction God gave to man, or the first gift God gave to man, is not a woman, it's a land. I'm going to say that again. The first gift God gave to man is not a woman, it's a land. That is why, if you are here and it doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter how much you have, if you don't have a land, you are still a poor person. If you don't have a property, if you don't have a land, you are still a poor person. Because it is very important for us to understand that every business you do revolves around land. Every business you do, irrespective of the kind of business that you do, everything revolves around land. As long as you are on earth, you cannot do away with land. So it's very important you understand that. So we're going to go into the training for today, and we're going to center the training on land banking. Land banking is for you to understand how you can start up your land banking business even with zero capital. Yes, it is possible. And that's why we are here tonight. So once again, my name is Caleb. As you can see, sorry. Okay. Once again, my name is Caleb. As you can see on your screen, of course, the CEO of Kovis Global Resources, Kovis Club International, that is in over 25 countries around the world. All right, so we've done amazing things, and we want to go deeper into real estate this time around. And of course, we're already getting good number of results, and we want to push it out there for you who want to learn how to start or build your real estate empire even with nothing. Yes, it is possible, and I'm going to show you how that works. All right, so by the grace of God, this is my training I had I did with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. That was I think that was in November last year. So we graduated and we're given certificates in real estate. We're taught a lot of amazing things that is going to help us build our real estate brand in a bigger way. Of course, you can Google Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He's one of the biggest real estate guru in Nigeria and even in Africa. Is He's actually an investment consultant, and he's good. The guy is good. All right. He has offices in four cities in the world, in Dubai, in the UK, in Nigeria, and in the US, and he's doing very well. All right. So needed to learn. And these are some other persons I personally have met. Okay, this is Steve, this is Dr. Olumide Emmanuel Honorable Akialabi, the CEO of NairaBet, and of course, Mr. Engineer Nnamdi Ezigbo, which is the CEO of Slot Nigeria. All right, so these are persons I've learned from, and I'm still learning from over the years. So now, what is real estate? What is real estate? It's very important you understand what real estate is. And I'm going to say this, real estate, when it comes to investment, we have we have other kinds of investment. We have the Forex, we have the crypto, we have, name it, we have a lot of investment. But I can tell you this for free, that amongst all investments, if you want to do an investment that you can regard to as something real, I would advise you to do real estate. That is, as a matter of fact, that is why it's called real estate. So real estate is one of the most sure and low risk investment business that you can do, and has a very high return on investment. And I'm going to give you examples. I'm not just going to be talking, I'm going to give you examples upon examples of how you can start. All right, so that is why real estate is a very unique industry. And if you do your research, more than most of the top billionaires in the world have something to do with real estate. That is, as a matter of fact, if you know that Bill Gates has the largest portion of farmland in the world. If you know that, please type I know. If you know that, please type I know. Bill Gates has the largest portion of farmland in the US and of course in the world. And some of these portions of land that he buys, over time, he sells it off when development starts going to that region. All right. Over time, it becomes a residential. All right. So these are things some of these people do that some of us don't know that they are actually part of real estate. I'm going to show you a lot of amazing things today. Now, real estate is real property that consists of land and improvements, which include buildings, features, roads, structures, utility systems, and what have you. Property rights gives a title of ownership to the land, improvements, and natural resources such as minerals, plants, etc., etc. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be focusing basically on land banking. But I'm going to say this. How many of us know that McDonald's, the popular McDonald's, is actually a real estate company? So many of us don't know. As a matter of fact, they make money from their real estate company, even from their burger company, or even from the burger product that they sell. And of course, the strategy they do or they use, they are basically into land banking. And I'm going to explain how that works. All right, so why McDonald's is considered as a real estate company? So now let me give you a breakdown on how this works here. Let me give you a breakdown. Now, this is what happens in McDonald's. Truth about McDonald's. McDonald's isn't a fast food restaurant. Yes, McDonald's sells burger and fries, but that's not their main source of income. So what they do is, as a matter of fact, 80% of McDonald's is actually on franchise. 80% of McDonald's is actually franchise. So whenever you come to them for franchise, what they do is They ensure they acquire the land, they have the land in a very good and strategic location. They give you the opportunity to build on the land, but they don't sell the land to you. They lease it. They lease that land to you, and you keep paying rent on that land every single month or years or whatever contract you have with them. All right. So, and as long as that land exists, they keep making money on that particular spot. So you imagine they have thousands and thousands of McDonald's branch all over the world, and each of the branches, they make money on the land because they don't sell land to you. They acquire the land, you put the land on rent, you build on the land, and you keep paying rent on that land continuously as long as you keep doing business with them. The peanuts they get from the burger, that's why McDonald's sells has they have a particular product called the Burger King. Burger King. So they have, and that's the price of that burger is the same across all board. So that's the reason why they make little income even from the burger that they sell, and they make more money from what? From the real estate. And that's what a lot of people don't know. So let's get to it again. Their main secret is in their property, which I've already explained to you. They own billions worth of real estate. Okay. Now, with 38,695 restaurants all over the world, they are able to bring in hefty fee of $4.5 billion annually. So these 38,695 restaurants pay rent on land, pay rent on what? On the land they lease them on a weekly, yearly, or whatever basis they have their contract with them. All right. So that's how they generate huge revenue. As a matter of fact, they make little, very little from even the burger. Okay, so let's move forward. 85% of all McDonald's are franchises, which means the corporation owns the land and rents it back to the franchise. Can you see what's here now? 85% of all McDonald's are franchises. All right. So which means the corporation owns the land and they rent that land back to those that are subscribing to them for what? For franchise. So they make money on the land. And that is real estate. See, let me tell you this. The Dubai that every one of us see and hear of today, they made their money from real estate. The famous Dubai that we all know today is real estate. Real estate. So I really don't understand why somebody will be in this world, in this generation, and you have nothing to do with real estate. Of course, obviously, the reason why is because you were actually where I was as at 2019, 2020. As a matter of fact, when you talk about real estate, it looks like you're speaking jargons. But when I started studying, when I got myself acquainted to real estate, I like, wow, the opportunities in real estate are enormous. Let me give you a story. There's a woman in Lagos. She's a civil servant. Of course, her name is undisclosed. The civil servant. She has some property on the mainland, and she does investments, general real estate investment. And there was this particular year, that's about 10, 15 years ago. There was this particular year, she heard a lot of people were buying land or property on the island. Then she was on the mainland. So she got about 20 million naira, some money she was able to get from the rentage of some of the properties she had on the mainland. And guess what? She went to meet them and like, oh, she wants to buy some portions of land. And they told her that her 20 million naira that she has cannot acquire land in the location where she wants. That they are going to take her into another place, very, 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 very far. So she went there. As a matter of fact, it was even a marshy land. But somehow she paid. and left it. 10, 12 years after, she actually got a call that like, we're actually from so and so place, so from so and so company that we heard that you are the owner of one land somewhere in BI, and that we are willing to pay 100 million for the land. When she heard 100 million, it was like 100 million K. Then, being a smart woman, she decided to go and make her research. She made her research and she realized that that is where the government was actually moving to become the equal, to actually and make us the equal that we have today. All right. So when she heard that, she was like, no, she's not selling. 1 month after, they came to meet her again and they gave her extra 100 million that they are willing to pay 200 million for that place. She's not selling. Now, what she needed to do, or what she did, she sold all her property on the mainland. She got the money. She was staying in a 3-bedroom flat. She got the money and developed the property on the island. She built 4 blocks of flats. As a matter of fact, all her neighbors, they were even insulting her that if she was even insane or if she had sense at all. So when she did that, she bought 4 blocks of land. She developed that plot of land. She built 4 blocks of land. Then she called those her neighbors when she was doing the household. Then what happened? They were surprised at what she has done. And now, as I speak to you, each of the blocks of flats, she rented 3 out and she's staying in 1 currently. Each of the blocks of flats, she collects 16 million naira per annum. Somebody type 16 million naira per annum or type 16 million. 16 million naira per annum, that's what she collects every year, and she's staying in 1. And that's not even the big thing here. Guess what? Where she is, from her compound, you can see Adenuga's compound on the VI. Are you getting it now? From her compound, you can see what Adenuga's compound. Now, let me say this to you. The bush you see today is the city tomorrow. Some of you that are staying in Lagos, staying in what is it called? There are different areas in Lagos. Bega, Yaba. Many years ago, those places were bush. Those places were what? Were thick bush. As a matter of fact, even in Ikeja, Allen, Ikeja, about 30, 40 years ago, that is where they do serious rituals. You cannot pass that place. Once it's 6 p.m., 6, 7 p.m., you cannot pass that area. Why? Because it's thick forest, thick bush. But today, that place is a very big city. So, real estate, you have to understand that every bush you see today is the city tomorrow. And that's why personally I've taken it up that not only I'm going to do real estate, but I'm going to start from a very strategic location, all right, which of course we are starting from Lagos. And I'm going to tell you why we are doing Lagos for now, because we are going to enter into other states. I'm going to tell you why we are doing Lagos for now. But let me continue with this. Now, McDonald's is a massive real estate empire. I think some of us just get to learn that tonight. Now, land banking, the key to wealth. Land banking, the key to wealth. Now, let me share another story with you. How many of us know Pastor Paul Adefarasi? How many of us know Pastor Paul Adefarasi? If you know Pastor Paul Adefarasi, come on, type I know, type I know. If you know Pastor Paul Adefarasi, type I know. Good. Now, there's something remarkable about House on the Rock, which I'm going to share with us. And this happens just 10 years ago. True life story, true story. Now, when House on the Rock were looking for a particular location to build as their permanent site or what have you, so they got some property or they got some facility in Lekki Peninsula. That was about 10 years ago. So when they got those facilities, it was what I think that was at that time they got them 25 million naira. As a matter of fact, they didn't even have money to develop it, so they just left it. 25 million. Then those those Lekki area were still undeveloped. There were water everywhere, marshy lands. They left it. Now, 10 years after, when they were to come back to that facility, 10 years after, can somebody guess how much that property or that value or the value of that land appreciated to? Can somebody type how much the value appreciated to? Please, I need response. Type how much you think from 25 million, how much do you think the value of the facility appreciated to? You bought the property 25 million naira. 10 years after, somebody said 1 billion. I need response. Come on, send in your response. You can share this link, share it for more persons to join. We're live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. Okay, 500 million. Good. Come on, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Bringing in your suggestions. Somebody said 1 billion. All right, so let's make it work now tonight. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. I need that energy. 1 billion, 500 million. Now, guess what? That property from 25 million naira in 10 years appreciated to this person is this a 200 billion or you wanted to type 200 million? It appreciated from 25 million naira to 3 billion in 10 years. 25 million naira to 3 billion in 10 years. 10 years. There is no investment. There is no investment in this world. There is no investment that can give you that kind of ROI in 10 years. It's not possible. With peace of mind. Except maybe you want to go and do high risk investment. And we've done a lot of them. But what I'm saying here is land banking is a very good strategy for those of us who really want to build wealth from 2022 into 2 years, 3 years from now. Please, I want to beg you. Real estate is something you can do from anywhere in the world. Look into real estate. You don't have to do it with us. Fine, it's not compulsory. You don't have to do it with us. But I want to beg you, real estate. As much as I'm going to be doing trainings online, try as much as possible to follow this training. And let me share another story with us by Daddy Gio. The Redeemed camp the camp where the Redeemed Christian Church of God is, as I speak to you, many years ago, at some point when they started expanding, they realized that the facility they had then could not contain them, so they needed a very big portion of land that could accommodate their events and all of that. So they decided to go. I think there was a place they got then when they were actually looking for land to acquire. I think they got it for about 40-something thousand naira. They couldn't even afford it. And that GA said it's not going to take loan. So somehow, one of the leaders was actually traveling one day and he heard some persons saying there's one land somewhere around Mowe. So that was how they went there to look at the land. And guess what? That's the Redeemed camp that we know today. The whole of the Redeemed camp, many years ago, guess how much it was bought for? Please type something. Guess how much the whole of Redeemed camp that we know, the one we know at Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Guess how much it was sold for or how much they bought it many years ago. Come on, type something. I need response. 1 billion, 6,000. Of course, the person who said 6,000 was in our last training. The whole of Redeem Camp was bought for 6,000 naira. 6,000 Nigerian naira. 6,000. The whole of Redeem Camp. The whole of Redeem Camp. All right, so what's land banking? Yes, you can Google it. It's on net. Seriously. So what's land banking? Land banking is the practice of aggregating parcels of land for future sale or development. For future sale or development. See, whenever you see an opportunity that has to do with land banking in a good location, please, I beg you, don't joke with it. It doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter what you have heard. All you need to do is to know how are you going to take part of it, or how are you going to subscribe? How are you going to invest? What are the things you need to know to ensure you are investing in the right location, you're investing with the right company, and all of that. So once you can get all those statistics right, of course, you can proceed. So now let me give you these different scenarios. You know, this is China in 1982, and this is China now. This is China 1982, this is China today. You imagine you bought property, or those persons who had property here in 1982, you know the billions of dollars that are going to be selling those properties today. That's the power of land banking. This is Dubai in 1991, and this is Dubai now. This is Dubai in 1991, and this is Dubai what now? Somebody said I can't see my screen. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Hope you can see. I think I should flip it backward a bit. All right. So I hope you can see my screen. Come on. I need your response. Hope you can see my screen. This is China in 1982, and this is China now. Good. All right. This is Dubai in 1991, and this is Dubai today. All right, so now let me give you a story about this man. Did you know that John Jacob Astor, who was the richest man on Titanic, was the first multimillionaire in the US? Was the first multimillionaire in the US. How did he make his million? He realized the power of land banking when he purchased tracts of land which are now known as the Manhattan. Now, you need to do your research on Manhattan, but I'm going to share some little thoughts about Manhattan. He acquired this land at the time when nobody else realized the opportunity. Now, in Manhattan, they don't sell lands anymore in Manhattan. The only thing you can see, or the only thing you can do or acquire in Manhattan is floors. They don't sell lands in Manhattan. They don't sell lands. So now there was a real estate developer, a billionaire, who walked up to a man that had a property, or that has a property in Manhattan, and told him that, oh, if he's willing to sell off his property for $200 billion. It was a 30-floor building. And the man said he's not selling. Then he said, okay, no problem. That he's going to bring down that facility and build it again and build it beyond 30 floors. So whatever floors ahead that he built it to is his own. Then he will give the man his 30 floors. Then he will still pay the man $200 billion. That was exactly what he did. Are you getting the point now? So that's how expensive Manhattan is. So you imagine this man, John Jacob Astor, bought portions, acquires massive portions of land as at the time when Manhattan was still a bush. All right, let's move on. So the big question, why should I invest in land? Now, land investment is a very huge opportunity. It's a long-term appreciation, has a long-term appreciation, depending on the location where you bought. You know, like in Lagos, it appreciates fast, very, very fast. So long as you buy in a good location that population is currently moving towards. That's why I recommend anybody that wants to do investment, look at Ekpe, Lekki. These are places where, as a matter of fact, one of our targets, our major location that we are doing land banking currently is in Ekpe, because even the Lekki Free Trade Zone, when the refinery kicks off, a lot of people will not want to stay. A lot of people will not want to stay in Lekki, in Lekki Free Trade Zone. So a lot of people that will be working in that refinery, we love to have their residence in Ekpe. Why? Because of the noise, the hazards, and everything. So Ekpe is more like a residential area for them. Okay, so that is why a lot of people would prefer to use Ekpe as a resident. And as I speak to you, a lot of people are already moving towards Ekpe. All right, so minimal overhead. You know, it's very when you get a portion of land, you almost not spend money in doing maintenance. It's just for you to acquire and leave it for you to appreciate. All right, so it's not like when you built a house or maybe you bought a house, you have to maintain the property, you have to maintain the house and all of that. So it has minimum overhead, the low entry price. That's why it's called land banking. Now that the price, for example, even in Ekpe, as of last year, land was actually selling for, that early last year, you could get a plot of land for about 500, 600,000 naira. As I speak to you, land currently in Ekpe is going for 1 million. Just like that, it will keep appreciating. See, when it comes to real estate, and when it comes to real estate, you can't go wrong with real estate. You cannot go wrong with real estate. So long as you understand the strategy and you are dealing with a credible company, when it comes to real estate, you cannot go wrong, because lands will always appreciate. It will always go up. It's not like cryptocurrency or forex where it go up, it crashes and all of that. It will always appreciate. Worst case scenario, probably you, like me, where I actually got some plots of land in Benin. Of course, if I had known some of these things that I know today, I probably wouldn't have bought some of these lands, or maybe I would have just done one or two and invest more in Lagos. Are you getting the point? But still, even the one in Benin is still appreciated. So when it comes to real estate, you can't go wrong. So then we have maximum flexibility. What that means is when you have a portion of land, you can do so many things with it. Very flexible compared to when you have a house built on the land. So when it's a land, it's very, very flexible. You can do many things with it. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so this is the publication by that the Geo Redemption Campground was bought for just 6,000 naira. So how to get good location for land banking? There are different spots to consider for land banking. different spots to consider for land banking. And places with incredible private and public projects, tourist spots, relaxation spots, and entertainment spots. And we all know Lagos has almost everything that we have on that particular criteria. So, okay, sorry, let me just get, there is a video I would love to go for us.
Guys, so land banking, gradual aggregation.
Okay, I hope you can see my screen.
Development. So number one way to know the right location of land banking, get a land for a big good time. So land banking is the gradual aggregation of land, okay, for future sale or development. So number one way to know the right location to do land banking, get a land, okay, close to a big mega city, close to a mega highly dense population. You know why? People will soon begin to leave that major city and begin to move to somewhere because they want somewhere more affordable or they want somewhere quieter, somewhere more calm. And because of that, in the outskirts of the major city, so the best place to do land banking in Nigeria, who can tell me? Come on, tell me, where is the number one location to do land banking in Nigeria right now? Okay, I want you to type the answer. Who knows the answer? Where is the best location, okay, to do land banking right now? Is in Nigeria, by the way, I'm talking about Nigeria. Best location for land banking. Can I get an answer? Please share this video 100 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share, 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 share. Yes, Lagos is the major densely populated location. So the place to then do land banking as follows. You want to look at Ibejileki and Epe. You want to look at Ota, Aton, Itiloko. You want to look at Badagry. You want to look at Ikorodu. You want to look at Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. These are places that you want to do land banking in smart. And why is it so? Because Lagos, okay, population increase by every 1 minute. You didn't hear that. Some of you didn't hear that. 50 people, according to certain figures, right, unconfirmed though, 50 people relocate to Lagos every 1 minute. 50 people move to Lagos. Yeah, from the village, they're coming. They're coming. But the former population start was about 20 people. Now it's grown. From rural areas, they're just coming to Lagos. Lagos is where to make it. We watch some of these home videos that are done in the village. What do they normally say? They will tell you, nah, go and meet your uncle in Lagos. Right? As if once you get to Lagos.
All right, so that's that for that. Let's come back to our slide. Okay, so this is the land banking performance curve. As you can see, this is the cost when the land is undeveloped. That's the early phase. Then the green part is the profit. So when the land is becoming developed, that's the pre-developed phase. All right, so the difference in profit is not much. Okay, it's not that much. So, but you make a whole lot of money when the land is developed. Can you see the profit margin here is very wide? All right, so this is how you can actually make money, and this can be between 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And what I'm saying here is you're looking at over 600 to 1000% ROI. All right, so these are ways you can actually build your you can actually build your real estate business. And I'm going to show you some opportunities we have for us. All right. I'm going to show you some opportunities we have for us in Relux Properties Limited, land banking with Relux Properties Limited. So I'm going to be showing you some of the things you can do to probably own a land in Ekpe or sell and get your commission or start even with zero capital and all of that. So let's get to it. Okay, so these are some properties we have. These are properties, lands available for sale in what? In Ekpe. All right, we have over 1,000. As a matter of fact, our projection is to do at least 1,000 plots within the next 6 months. All right, so I've been able to secure about 1,000 plots in Ekpe. And of course, this is an opportunity for you to be a part of this project. All right, so you can decide to buy one plot, you can decide to buy 5 plots, you can decide to buy 1 acre. All right, so and they're going to be discounts depending on how many plots you want to buy. Okay, and each plot of land currently goes for ₦1 million. Each plot of land goes for ₦1 million. As a matter of fact, that ₦1 million is a discounted rate. In the next 1 month, we're going to be selling for 1.5. So that's ₦1 million is a discounted rate, and we just have from now to the end of this January for you, if you want to invest or if you have somebody who is interested in becoming an investor. All right, so these are the portions. The very massive portions of land. Okay, this is me and my car and my crew when we went to do our survey and take some shots on the property. All right, so I think I have some videos here. Some drone shots that we did. Okay, this is the Ekpe town itself. Ekpe town. All right, so these are the developed areas. So we needed to move up to the areas that are not that developed to get to where properties are or the land are. That's that drone shot. Okay, let's get to it. All right, this is me and my crew when we went to do a shot on the land, on massive portions of land. So this is not what somebody is just saying. We've gone there ourselves, we've done all the necessary stuff that we need to do and all of that. Okay, so that's that for that. Okay, so now we have a concept where we call the repart concept, which is called real property and asset trade. All right, this is where we give individuals opportunity. If you don't have 1 million as a whole, you can actually start with as little as 100,000. If you want to buy a portion of a property, all right, because we are doing this not just for acquisition, like those who want to own, but we're also doing it for as a pattern of investment. Okay, so I'm just going to take us through. So with our property trading option, you can invest in property with as low as 100,000. Now, how does it work? If you cannot afford to buy a complete land alone, we can actually give you a portion. So let's say we have a property of ₦1 million, and of course, if we are a property that is ₦1 million, if we're going to be doing property trade, it's not going to be same ₦1 million. So a property that is ₦1 million is going to be worth 1.2. So If you are doing that, so that means 12 persons who comes in with 100,000 can actually be paired, or can actually put that 100,000 naira together and get a portion of land of 1.2 million naira. Now, it's not like these persons will know themselves. No, you just need to go to the website. Let me see if I can open that. Go to the website. Okay, let me go to the website. You can sign up, or you log in, or let me click on property trading. When you go to property trading, you see this property here. Okay, let me check it now. You can click on it. It opens. So you have here total trading block 12, available blocks 12. So the property goes for what? For 1.2. So 12 persons bringing in. Price per block is 100,000. Once this property is fully bought, what's going to happen is the company, which is Relux, is going to manage the property for all 12 persons. It's going to manage the property. So as the property appreciates, okay, as the property appreciates, the company is going to be updating the new value of that property. So maybe in the next 1 year or 2 years or whatever, the property appreciates by 500% or 100% or 200%. But at every milestone the property hits in appreciation, the value is going to be updated. So if you see your asset value as 100,000 today, maybe in the next 6 months or on the next 3 months, your asset value can increase to like 120,000 or 150,000. So as the property appreciates, you're going to update the new value. So it's like you own the property, or the 12 persons who bought different blocks owns the property, but we manage the property for them. So when they are ready to sell off, and the good thing is you can even sell off a part of your block. Let's say, for example, somebody comes to the website and there's no more block to buy. All right. And the person feels like, okay, fine, there's this particular location that is fast appreciating, because every property will have an history. This particular location is fast appreciating. I want to buy or I want to buy a block from somebody else who already has. So if the person is willing to sell, you can sell that block to somebody else. So maybe your asset value from 100,000 has increased to 150,000, and somebody says, okay, fine, I want to buy your assets at that 150,000 and acquire that block. So that block is going to be reassigned to that person. Okay, so even before the main property. So but what we are looking at, once the property can do at least 300%, then we can sell off and share the money across all the investors, and that will be all for that particular block of property. Okay, so because probably we would have sold it for an individual that wants to do whatever they want to do with it and all of that. And we can also decide to even buy the property back and maybe do some development with it or whatever. So, but the most important thing is, as it appreciates, so the most important thing is, as it appreciates, we will definitely update the value, and of course it grows and on like that. Okay, I'm going to be answering our questions after the training. So just you can drop your questions on the chat. I'm going to answer the questions after training. Okay, so I think let me finish with the slide. So there are a lot more opportunities you can get. Of course, probably you may not have 100,000 to start as a person. That's why I said you can even start with even zero capital. So what that opportunity is, you can actually register to become a Relux associate. So as a Relux associate, you are given an opportunity to do what? To refer someone who wants to buy either a full property or buy a block in the property trading. Okay, so anyone who registers for free become a Relux associate. As an associate, you can invest in property trading with as little as 100,000. You can also sell a single property and get 10% sales commissions. For example, somebody wants to buy a plot of land that we are selling for 1 million. If you can do that sale, you're going to get 10% paid to your account, which is 100,000 naira instantly. All right, so you have access to 5% instant cash referral bonus on property trading. What that means is if somebody who registers through your link is actually buying a block of a property, that's what we call property trading. It's not buying the full property, just buying a portion of it. You get 5% commission on that particular sale. And of course, you can upgrade your account from a free associate to gold associate. How much? With 5,000. So you get more benefits. So you invest in property trading, which is already there. You can sell a single property 10%, all right, it's already there on the free package. Then you have access to 5% instant cash referral bonus, which is there on the free package. So the extra thing you get here is plus incentive points. So as you sell a property trade, or as you trade on a property or a single property or whatever, points are actually specifically as you sell blocks of property, you get incentive points attached to it. And those points can be converted to incentives, maybe a smartphone. So we're going to put that on the website to know how many points do you need to hit. All right, many points do you need to hit to acquire this particular amount of incentives. So that will be added to the presentation. So Relux, you can also upgrade to a Diamond Associate. So as a Diamond Associate, you get free associate t-shirt, real estate master, and real estate materials, like training materials. And you invest in property trading, you can sell a single property, get a 10% sales commission, plus 3% commission when your first generation sell a property. What that means is if I sponsor someone to join the Relux Associate, okay, and the person does a sale, apart from the 10% I get, or apart from the 10% the person gets, Relux is also going to pay me 3% commission, all right, from that sale for just my first generation. And I have access to 8%, where others are earning 5% when I sell a block of property in the property trading system. I get 8% plus incentive points. Then when I refer an associate who upgrades, when I refer someone and the person upgrades to become a Diamond Associate, to become a Diamond Associate, with 50,000 naira package, I get 40% of that 50,000. So if I am a Diamond Associate and somebody becomes a Diamond Associate through me, okay, through my link, I get 40%. That's 20,000 naira instantly, plus what? Incentive point, as I refer more people to become a Diamond Associate. Then the peak is the ambassador associate. You get a 2% commission when any generation. Now, this ambassador associate is more like it's more like you earn from the entire activities that happens on your team. So when you get a 2% commission when any generation sells a single property. All right, whether it's first, second, third, fourth, as long as there's a property that is being sold, as the person is getting the 10%, don't forget the person direct, who is a Diamond Associate, gets a 5 and actually gets a 3%, but whatever amount is being paid, you get 2%, irrespective of the generation that person is. As long as there's a sale of a single property in your team, you get 2%. Okay, so let's say, for example, your team does 1 billion or maybe 100 million. Calculate 2% of 100 million is a whole lot of money. So you have access to 2% instant cash referral bonus on property trading, also in any generation. So long as people are subscribing to property trading by selling a block and what have you, you get a 2% on that. And when anyone refer an associate who upgrades to 5,000 naira package, don't forget they get 40%. When a diamond associate refers another diamond associate, they get 40%. But when that transaction is done, you get 10%. So as the end 40%, you get 10% on that transaction as a commission to any generation. All right. So for you to become an ambassador, you must first become a diamond associate. You must have at least 20 direct diamond associates under you. You must have made a total property sale of at least 200 million naira. Okay, yes. So that's the currency we're using on the platform at the moment. And the 200 million naira is both single property, or let's say somebody is buying a full property, or somebody is subscribing to a block, whichever. All right, so you must have done a sale up to that volume. Okay, and of course, the criteria is adjusted yearly, and every year we give the full we give the updates on the criteria for become an ambassador for that year. So for this particular year, 2022, this is the criteria on ground. All right. So you can contact us by visiting our website, Relock Properties, or you call the number showing on your screen. So let's take our questions before we call it a day. How much is the lowest to invest? Is 100,000 naira. That's when you are actually subscribing to a block of a property. All right, that's 100,000 naira. Can one withdraw asset value anytime without touching the investment capital? Okay, what that means is, let's say you subscribe with 100,000, and let's say um your asset value has increased from 100,000 to what, 120,000. Of course, I'm trying to do that. For now, there is no functionality for you to withdraw your increment on your asset. Okay, for now, but if there's going to be any, let us know. Let us know on our website that. But at the moment, there's no provision for that. If you want to withdraw your asset, you can withdraw your asset when somebody else is buying that asset, or maybe when the property as a whole is fully sold to close that particular trade. Once the property is fully sold, whatever your asset has appreciated to, of course, you can get that, you can make a withdrawal and get your money straight to your bank account. All right. So, but we're going to look at individuals being able to withdraw their asset increment without touching their investment capital. Whatever is possible, of course, let us do. But I think that might not be possible because the property is still appreciating at that point, and the property has not been sold. Of course, I don't know, but we'll look into that. Let us know what. Okay, so how much is the lowest investment? I can answer that. Any other question? If you have a question, of course, you can put your hand up. So I take up a question. I call it off for tonight. Okay, so if there's no question, then I think we need to call it a day. So of course you can send a message or you can call the number on the screen, or if you're on the WhatsApp group, you can send me a DM. So for more inquiries on how you can, of course, get started investment. And I'll also drop the link to register for free. So I'm going to drop the link for you to register for free on the platform. And once you register on the platform, of course, you can do property trading, and get your commission, do all of that. And for those in Covis Club International, okay, those in Covis Club International, we've been able to figure out how we can integrate this on directly on Covis platform, whereby you don't need to come to Relux. Okay, all the you can actually do property trading option from directly from Covis platform and get your commission when probably a downline of yours also does subscribe to property trading, get your referrals and everything is going to be seated on Covis platform. But just that there are some other areas that um, you cannot really get fully, like the area of the ambassador and all of that. For you to be a part of that, you have to come directly into the law. But for the property trading and the property trading commission or whatever, you can do that directly from CCI platform, Covis Club International. Okay. So that's that for tonight. I think we got value. Please, if you got value, come on, type I got value, type I got value, type I got value on chat, type I got value on chat. All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. I think that will be all for tonight. Thank you so much. Time for joining in tonight. All right, so like I said, you can drop your questions on the chat, drop your questions on the WhatsApp group, or send me a DM if you want to take action, or you have someone who is interested, you can send me a DM, and of course, get started with that. Once again, thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing every one of us in our next training. All right, take care. My name is Caleb Akpasubi once again. Take care, everyone. All right, good night.